Hello Year 3, hope you're safe and well. I'm going to be doing the toy shop activity with you today, but there is a few things you need before we make a start. So you need to make sure you have some money, and you need to make sure you have labelled 10 objects from around the house with various price tags. These can either be in pounds and pence or just in pence. Let's get started. Your first job is to create £5 so that when we go to the shop you know exactly how much you have to spend. I have chosen to use 4 £1 coins and 2 50p's to make my £5. You might have done it a different way, and that's absolutely fine. I have 3 objects to buy in my shop today. I have a glue stick for £1 and 20p. I have a green highlighter for £3 and 40p, and I have a whiteboard pen for £4 and 36p. And to start with, I think I'm going to buy the green highlighter for £3 and 40p. I have chosen to buy the green highlighter, and I know I only have £5 to spend. So I'm going to use a bar model to try and help me work out which calculation I might have to do. From my bar model, I can see I have £5 to spend. I can see I have spent £3 and 40p, and my question mark is the change I would get back. Can you help me with the calculation I might have to do? You are absolutely right. I'm going to have to do £5 take away £3 and 40p. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways that we can do this, and to start with, we're going to have to use our money. Going back to our £5 that we had at the start, I now need to try and take away £3 and 40p from my amount. So I'm going to take away £1, £2, £3. And now I need to try and take away 40p. But I've only got £1, 50p and another 50p. So I can't take away my 40p. I'm going to have to exchange my 50p for an amount where I can subtract 40p. So I'm going to exchange that 50p for 2 20p's and a 10p. So now I can take away my 40p. I'm going to take away a 20p and another 20p to make my 40p. And then what is left is my amount of change. So the amount I have left is £1.50, add another 10p, so £1.60. So my answer of £5 take away £3.40 is £1.60. So my change I would expect to get is £1.60. This time I need to know how many pence there are in £1. And I know that there are 100 pence in £1. So I'm going to convert £5 into pence. So £5 into pence is 500 pence. And now I need to do the same for £3.40. And using my conversion, I know that £3 and 40p into pence is 340. So now I have 500 pence take away 340 pence. And I'm going to use my column method for subtraction. For my column method for subtraction, I need to make sure I line up my numbers correctly. So I have my 500s, my 010s and my 01s. And then I have my 300s, my 410s and my 01s. And it's really important that we make sure we put the symbol next to the calculation. So I'm going to do 0 take away 0, which is 0. 0 take away 4 I cannot do. So I'm going to exchange from my hundreds column. So now I have 10. 10 take away 4 is 6. And 4 take away 3 is 1. So I have 160. Now I need to make sure I add my units in too. So 160p, which is the same as £1 and 60p. Our final step is to return back to our bar model. So we had £5 to spend, we spent £3.40, and the change that we got back was £1 and 60p. Let's have a go at the challenge. So I'm sticking with my £5 that I have to spend at the shop, but this time I have changed my objects. So my glue stick is £1.20, my highlighter is £2.36p, and my whiteboard pen is £2.70p. And this time I'm going to buy my glue stick for £1.20 and I'm going to buy my whiteboard pen for £2.70. And I want to work out how much change I would get from £5. So let's start with our bar model again. I know that my glue stick is £1.20. So I'm going to write that in this box here. And I know that my whiteboard pen is £2.70. So I'm going to do a box in the middle. And then the box at the end is my question mark, as that is how much change I would receive from buying these items for £5. To start with, I need to know how much I've spent altogether. So I'm going to have to do £1.20 at £2.70. So I'm going to convert these into pence. So I'm going to do 120 pence at 270 pence. And I'm going to use my formal written method here to help me. So 0 add 0 is 0. 2 add 7 is 9. And 1 add 2 is 3. So I know that by buying both of these objects, I have spent 390p. After that last calculation, we learned that both of my objects calculated to £3.90p. So now I need to work out how much change I'm going to get. So I start with my £5 and I spent £3.90. So once again, I'm going to convert these into pence. So £5 into pence is 500p. And £3.90p would be 390p. And I'm now going to use my column subtraction method to help me. So I'm going to make sure they're lined up. And I'm going to write them out. Make sure I put my symbol so I know what calculation I'm doing. And then I'm going to do my calculation. 0 take away 0 is 0. 0 take away 9. Now I know I can't do this, so I'm going to have to exchange from the hundreds column. So I'm going to change that to a 4 and put my extra one there. So I've now got 10. 10 take away 9 is 1. And 4 take away 3 is 1. So I'm left with 110. Now I need to make sure I add my units. So 110p. If we convert this back into pounds and pence, I'm going to have £1 and 10p. So my change that I would get from buying those two objects would be £1 and 10p. If we go back to our bar model, we know that I spent £1.20 on the glue stick. I know we spent £2.20 on the whiteboard pen. And our change that we would get left over with is £1 and 10p. Can you have a go by yourself now?